Welcome everyone to our Entrepreneurs Club on today. We have a full agenda ready for you. Happy May. This is a great month. We do have 3 weeks in this month. So if you allow me to share my screen, I hope everyone can see it.
I do.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So on this wonderful, beautiful day of May, we've already had our agenda. Our inspirational moment for today is live every day like it's the best day of your life. Live every day like it's the best day of your life. What plans do you have for your business? What plans do you have with your family? What plans has our great Savior placed for you to do? Live every day like it's the best day of your life. Frankie, thank you for doing the Pledge of Allegiance. We have our Toastmasters mission is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please check your District 12 news. There are a slew of opportunities that are taking place and coming up throughout this month, and definitely in the month of June as we wind down the year, and definitely check for what's taking place as we continue. We do want to solicit officer roles that are taking place and coming forward because our year is coming to an end. So if you have any nominations for officer roles that are coming up and taking place, please let us know. We already have 6 nominations and they will continue to come through. And we want to ensure that we go into the month of June with our officers already in place with officer nominations. Anyone born in the month of May? Any anniversaries in the month of May? We're looking. I don't see any. Any family members in the month of May? I don't see any. Well, I've had a slew of just graduations. That's all I could say. And celebrations, and my oldest son's birthday is tomorrow, so I'm extremely excited about what is going to take place or what's been taking place in my life, even though it's been fun and pleasures, somewhat stressful. But if any of you know anybody that is going through the month of May, it's graduations, proms, engagements, marriages, anniversaries. If you know anyone or see anyone, congratulations to them. Our table topics master for today, we already know who that is, but this is how our table topics will look and go. Our goal is to practice impromptu speaking. So you may be called upon if you are a guest or not. You will have 1 to 2 minutes to answer the question. And we will rotate this in a manner so that you can practice when you go out, so you have the courage to walk up to that new customer that you may have in your business. And how does our meeting look? First Wednesday is pathways. Second Wednesday is brainstorming and business challenge, which is this Wednesday. And then our 5th Wednesday is mastermind. So please sign up for the mastermind. This is also that if we will have our initial unanimous vote if we have any uncontested officer positions. And for those that are contested, that may take place the next week. That will be our mastermind. But today you're in for a treat because we do have 2 brainstorm sessions and business challenges. Our guests, please stay on so that we can answer any questions that you may have about our club. We meet every 1st, 3rd, and 5th Wednesday of the month at 7 a.m. And we meet from 7 to 8:15. West Coast time in the United States, for those of you that are international. And now, we would like to call upon the wise, the wonderful, the amazing Mr. Charles Radney to give us an educational moment about something that he's learned about in his entrepreneur career. Mr. Radney.
Good morning, everyone. By show of hands, how many of you are still participating in networking events? Okay. April, let me ask you a question. At a networking event, how do you approach a new person?
Usually I'll sit next to them. We'll make conversation. Hello is a good start. Wow, this food is amazing. What brought you here? How do you know the event coordinator? Have you been to this event before? So usually a greeting or a question is how I'll begin when approaching someone.
And at what point do you tell them your name?
Usually after the conversation is comfortable. A lot of times at networking events, we have our name tags on. And so there's the assumption that they are reading my name tag. Other times, after we've built a good rapport, we usually feel comfortable. Man, what's your name? We would like to connect. Let's stay in touch. I found that making a genuine connection with someone first has brought a lot of longer lasting relationships where it doesn't feel like we're connecting only for the sake of getting something from one another, but we assume that there's value because we're both at the event, but having a personal connection and something to talk about beyond the networking event has given us the opportunity that once we find out each other's name, we're attaching it now to information that we've gained from one another.
The reason I asked that question and the way I asked it, I was at a webinar earlier this week with RV Robinson, and the webinar was about the 5 speeches that every business owner should know and have. And her point was, in the past, people started by introducing themselves. She brought up the point that your first point of contact should be a 10-second soundbite of you telling what you can do, because people don't really care about your name until they know what you can do for them. Does that make sense, April?
100%. It goes with what the feeling that you allowed me to describe. Thank you for validating. I was a little bit on edge, but I appreciate that because again, to hear the question, man, what was your name again? It gives the feeling of a genuine connection versus feeling like sales pitch or just a purely transactional interaction.
Before I go, I'm going to share with you a quote from Jim Rohn that's in Darren Hardy's book, The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. It says, if you're going to get better, you have to push yourself. If you push yourself, you're going to fall. If you're not falling, you're not pushing. Falling is a part of getting better. Back to you, Dr. Jones.
Wow, what great nuggets of wisdom we had today. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without further ado, it is time for us to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. Our Toastmaster of the day is very mild, modest, and humble. Will never let you know that he is the behind the scenes of the interworking of District 12, the PQD team, and a lot of entrepreneurs. Mr. Bon Wayne is a DTM. Congratulations, Mr. Bon Wayne. In addition to that, he has helped District 12 and other clubs lead speech crafts, free toast host training, and is the nuts and bolts of this club. Without further ado, will you please help me, the president of Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club, give a warm round of applause for our Toastmaster for today. D10, Distinguished Toastmaster, Mr. Bond Wayne. Bond.
Thank you, Dr. V, Madam President. Thank you for the warm introduction. Definitely, it makes my day. I hope I can hold those hats well going forward. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and fellow entrepreneurs. Welcome to Entrepreneurs Wednesday morning meeting. I hope you are all excited as much as I am. Heading to an exciting meeting. Challenges. You know, every third Wednesday, as Madam President just mentioned, every third Wednesday, we will talk about challenges. The challenges we are facing, whether it's in our career or in our relationships, the daily lives, the way we deal with that, and the way we look at it, that will generate all different outcomes. So let's talk about it and have some brainstorming, not only among the speakers, but also among the audience. This is the beautiful part of this session, and I think it's very unique. It is not only one way to receive information from the speakers, how they deal with these business challenges. We will feedback with our thoughts and our suggestions, whether they will put that into their practice or not, but that is a very good learning practice. As the saying goes, the best way to overcome a challenge is just to do it right now. And we do have some relatively new faces here. I just noticed. Hi, Kama. Good morning. It's good to see you. We all miss you. Good to see you. Hope you will join our brainstorming later on about the challenges. And Suzanne, good to see you. And we also have our longtime and regular guest, James. Welcome. So let's get meeting started. Firstly, I will introduce the supportive roles. Again, thank you so much for the help from supportive roles, and some of them even sign up at the last second and make sure this meeting is rolling smoothly. We have timer today, which is April. April, thank you so much for signing up the last moment. Would you introduce your role? How you give the timing signals?
Yes, good morning, everyone. I will serve as our timer this morning. We have 2 business challenges, and we have our business challenge number 1 set up for 5 minutes to present her business challenge, followed by 9 to 10 minutes where members will be able to give feedback and commentary to help address and give ideas on how to solve the business problem that our presenter is sharing with us this morning. The same with speaker number 2. He will have 5 minutes to present his business challenge, followed by 9 to 10 minutes of feedback for again, positive and constructive feedback on how to solve the business challenge that he's presenting. For the total for each speaker, I would like to clarify, would you like to know first when your 5 minutes is over, so you know when we're moving into the question and answer portion? Okay, I have a yes from Melinda and Werner. Perfect. That will work. I will use the timing signals. At the 3-minute mark, you'll see the green. 4-minute mark, you'll see the yellow. And the 5-minute mark, you will see the red for the business challenge portion. And then we will move into the question and answer portion. Thank you so much. And I look forward to it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, I'm doing an icebreaker for my leadership path. Is it not 5 to 7 minutes?
Yeah, I think you can go with that. But the standard icebreaker time is 4 to 6.
Okay,
But you are free to have your own timing. So it's still 5 to 7, right?
I can make it 4 to 6, no problem.
Thank you.
And for your icebreaker, will you still be presenting a business challenge for which you're seeking? Okay, great. Thank you so much. I will time accordingly. Mr. Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you, April, for this clear description and correspondence to change the timing, etc., etc. I would like to introduce other roles to make sure we will run that smoothly. General evaluator, tonight we have Deborah, who also signed the last minute. Thank you, Deborah. Would you briefly introduce your role for this morning?
Yes, I will, Mr. Toastmaster. My role as general evaluator is to evaluate the entire meeting from the beginning to the end. I will be listening to what went on in the meeting, what I see that could have been differently in the meeting, evaluating the entire meeting from start to finish, and present my evaluation when called upon. Thank you. And I will also ask for the team that's under me to present their roles. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. We have table topics master this morning is Frankie Jones. Frankie, give us some heads up.
Yes, I have 5 questions. Actually, I have 6. So however much time we have, and they revolve around masterminds.
Got you. Thank you so much, Frankie. This is the introduction of the meeting roles. Now let's move on to the core part of this meeting, the business challenges or brainstorming through all these speakers' speeches. Today, as previously said, we have 2 wonderful speakers. The first one is a charter member of our club, and I think she is a role model of perseverance and being persistent. And we have watched her grow from some incident. Now it's come up even stronger than she was before. From my perspective, I really respect courage and bravery throughout all these difficult times. Let's hear what she has to say. This morning, Melinda will be given an icebreaker. I'm really curious to know more about Melinda. Melinda, do you have a specific title or it's just icebreaker? Get your gear up.
She's just getting her headset
Can
on.
you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Yes, can you hear
That's
us?
what I wanted. Yes, I wanted to make sure I was clear.
Yeah, I was asking, do you have a specific title or is just entitled icebreaker?
My title is I want to be a leader. I want to be a leader.
Okay. Here you go. I want to be a leader. Melinda Muganzo. Melinda Muganzo, I want to be a leader.
Yes. Good morning, Entrepreneur Toastmasters. Good morning. I want to be a leader. That was my business challenge. Go back with me in time. It was January 9, 1960 in Brooklyn, New York. What happened? I'm glad you asked. A bouncing set of twins were born to Doris Sewer. One was female and one was male. As you can guess, I was the bouncing baby girl. And being born, I was born 2 minutes ahead of my twin brother. That should give you a clue right there. My brother loved telling people that I kicked her out of the condo. That's what he always tells people when he introduces me as his twin brother, as my twin brother. So what happened January 9? We were born and life began for this bouncing set of twins, one female and one male. Right then, the fact that I came out 2 minutes, and I repeat, 2 minutes ahead of my brother should give you a clue what was going to happen with my life. Yes, right from birth, I was determined that I would want to be a leader. So during my elementary years in school, because we were twins, the schools used to always compare my twin brother and I, giving us IQ tests, trying to see which twin was smarter. Well, my mother got tired of that. And so what she did was, when we got to the 5th grade, my mother separated us, moved me ahead to the 6th grade, and my brother stayed back in the 5th grade. Oh, well, keep it pushing. So you can see I was destined to become a leader. I even used to carry around business keychains because I had set in my mind from a young age of 9 that I wanted to be a CEO one day. I wanted to be a businesswoman. So how could I go about that as my business challenge? How would I become a leader? How can I be a businesswoman? Well, during my high school years, I went to Redlands High School, yes, here in Redlands, and I became a leader in different things. First of all, I became the student secretary for the assistant principal, and I also became the teacher's assistant for the Spanish teacher because when I was younger, we lived in Puerto Rico. And also what I did there too, at Redlands High School, I joined Future Business Leaders of America. And when I graduated, I got their scholarship. I embraced leadership right away because I was on a mission to become a leader, but ultimately a businesswoman. Now, when I got on to college, I really got busy. I went to college in Huntsville, Alabama. It was a private Seventh-day Adventist college. And right there in my freshman year, I embraced leadership opportunities. Yes, I ran for student government. I was student government senator. I ran for Miss United Negro College Fund and became the college queen. And then I became the pre-alumni president. I was involved in leadership all my years in college. Why? Because I was on a mission. If I'm going to be CEO of my own corporation one day, I have to be involved in leadership opportunities. I kept moving forward with that. When I graduated from Oakwood College, I went on to join an organization. I worked for a private religious organization here, in Florida. And I worked in Altamont Springs, Florida, there as an administrative assistant for many years, waiting for that dream when I could have that opportunity. Why am I telling you about these things? I was on a mission to become that leader, to become that CEO. I had opportunities when I was working for this organization to do different things. So in 1993, I opened up my own business. At that time, it was called MSM Enterprises. I started doing training and development then, doing seminars and speaking abroad all over the place. As I moved on, you can see I've done so many things. Throughout my life in my corporate years, I served for 35 years in the corporate sector doing different things of leadership and went to Claremont and got my graduate executive leadership certificate. And I'm working on my doctorate now at Cal Baptist University. My PhD in leadership studies is my new mission. What am I saying to you? When you have a challenge before you, always pursue that vision, pursue that dream, pursue that goal, because oftentimes, more than likely, God put it in your soul. I invite you, Toastmasters. I invite you, Entrepreneur Toastmasters. Keep moving forward in your dreams. Don't give up. Even if you have a setback, push forward. Keep that dream alive. Stay positive. Be on a mission. Fellow Toastmasters, peace out. I am a leader.
Yes, you are. You are, Melinda. Wow, wow. What a wonderful life you have. Let's give Melinda a round of applause for these wonderful stories throughout her life. Well done, Melinda. Thank you so much. I love your ending statement. No matter what happens, what challenge you have, just keep pushing forward. Like what the saying goes, in every challenge lies an opportunity. Very well said. Thank you so much. So let's get brainstorming and give some feedback. Share your personal thoughts, either right now publicly, or if the time is limited, you can send Melinda private message. Let's get started. April, I see your hand up. It's just for the timer's roll, right? Thank you. Any feedback? And let me see one more. Okay, Suzanne.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, Melinda, that was quite refreshing. Thank you so much for sharing the authenticity, the rawness, and the just everything about it was like it hit me on point. Because there's so many times as an entrepreneur, it's easy to fall into the trap of like, oh, maybe I should just forget it. You know, it's too tough. I'll just forget it. Nobody cares what I'm doing. So it's easy unless we are involving ourselves with people like us, just driving forward. And I do understand the part about becoming a leader and getting there, but you can't really be a leader unless you have followers, right? That's sometimes that's how I feel. Not that you are not a leader. It's just that those are some of the negative talks that I've given myself. So definitely, I truly appreciate you sharing this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne, for the feedback. Deborah.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Melinda, awesome. The question is often arise, are leaders born? You are a born leader. You let us know that from the beginning, how your brother said he pushed you out. And from that point on, you were leading the way in every avenue. You gave us exact aspects of your life as a born leader. Your icebreaker was awesome. We were able to learn so much about you, those of us that know little about you or more about you today. Thank you for sharing. Great icebreaker. You woke us up this morning. You were enthusiastic in every point. Thank you so much.
Thank you. More feedback? Okay, let's hear from Dr. V.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Madam Melinda, it's with great privilege I have the pleasure of giving you feedback. Your introduction woke us up, kept us alive, drew us in. You gave us dates, times. We had no clue who the twins were. Well, some of us didn't. Others knew exactly who the twins were. You told us and answered that question. Are leaders born or are leaders made? Is leadership a continual process or does it start right now? You are a leader that was born and you took us through your leadership journey, where it started, how it began, how it continued through Oakwood, high school, and where it's beginning at right now. And some people may think, is this a challenge or not? It actually is. And it's helpful to everybody online because no matter where we are in our business, whether we've done it for 20, 30 years or thinking about doing a business, starting it within our 5 years, stuck in a rut, you reinvigorated us. You re-energized us. You showed us that that passion that we have still lies within. You showed us how to take it back to the beginning, to feel that energy, that emotion that we started with, and we were well on our way, and to bring everything we have in us forward so that we can continue the momentum to success. Thank you for showing us all how to continue our successful journey, to remember the process as we continue on to new beginnings throughout 2024. We appreciate you and continue to look forward to your amazing success. Thank you very much. We encourage you to move on. Write out a plan, a process. What are your next steps? Who are your mentors? What books are you reading? Who are you looking to for wisdom and knowledge and understanding? Who are you going to share this with next? And what feedback are you going to look for and bring back next time? When are you going to sign up to do a mastermind to engage us longer? Just a few questions for you to think about. Bye for now.
Thank you, Dr. Wade. Thank you for bringing up these questions and give us a little bit more time and space to think about this subject, taking the challenges in life. Thank you so much. I think we will move on to next speaker. And here is an introduction, next speaker. Our next speaker, Verna Kantara, has been involved with public relations with Toastmasters as VPPR, held the chair position of the district VPPR committee in 2022 to 2023, and he has put his hat in the ring for the District 12 PR manager position this coming term. Wow, I'm so excited to know that. I didn't know that yet. And Werner is aspiring to take his experience so far to create a team for a project he is calling the PR push, whereby a structure gets created that can set an example for not only VPPRs, but also other district leaderships as well. Over the next 5 to 7 minutes, he will outline the project and ask for feedback. So please help me in welcoming Toastmaster Werner Kantara.
Thank you. Thank you, Bond Wang. Toastmaster for this morning, early morning it is, yes. In a prior speech, I mentioned how Toastmasters is my school, my gestating business, and even my therapy. What I'm learning and practicing is directly applicable to my business that I incorporated this year. My so-called graduate thesis now is what I'm calling the PR Push Project. Public relations is vital to the health of any club, business, or organization that seeks to have a real purpose. I want to leverage what I've learned so far into that project. Having been a VPPR a couple times and chair of the VPPR committee under Frankie Jones, I feel the need to take it to the next level. In my path involving innovative planning at level 5, I'm requested to outline a project and set it into motion. In this project, I'm being asked to build a team and lead its members to the successful completion of the project. I'm to develop a comprehensive plan that includes a set of well-defined goals, delegate tasks to team members, and motivate each individual through the completion of their tasks until the project is fully complete. Initially, I'm going to organize a guidance committee to mentor my way. Members with the district level experience would be best, of course. How about the new trio? Or ask them to suggest whom to approach, as they'll be affected by whatever results we get throughout the district. I'm to meet with them at least 5 times during the project I would present and discuss my initialization and progress. But then also, I need to form a project committee with whom to implement and work the project. The project committee is to include myself and at least 3 other members. Initially, I will solicit from within my area. However, as the project progresses to the district level, I'm going to seek others from throughout our district, or even beyond if someone is interested from other districts. One avenue would be through my speaking as guest, possibly doing educational moments at various clubs. However, my intention is to take things a few steps further. The PR push is starting in my area, but then I intend to take it to the district. I've put my hat in the ring to be PR manager, as mentioned before, but ultimately, I intend to use what I'm doing in my business. Bringing in interns and apprentices, I can leverage their education and efforts to advance my business goals. The 3 main points of my activity will be, firstly, to create a guidance committee and project committee. Secondly, to delegate tasks to project team members. And thirdly, to monitor all the progress and keep record of tasks accomplished. But there are 3 points I intend to emphasize myself during the project. Firstly, to develop a list of outside organizations that people already have contact with. Secondly, to go out and speak in the public about how Toastmasters is my school. And then also, very importantly, for all public relations, and I really need to practice this, and that is to do outreach and engagement as a follow-up. Outreach is to say hello, and engagement is to carry on a conversation, and follow-up is to do that over and over and over again, so that we do become known. Toastmasters emphasizes the difference between leadership and managing, and that managing is defined by planning, organizing, and facilitating specific tasks. However, whereas leadership is about people, whether they are working with individuals or groups, leaders build camaraderie and empower others to learn and develop. I do indeed want to truly bring this plan to life. I'm calling it my thesis, though I plan to implement it all the way into my actual business, as I mentioned. What is a business without relating to the public? Let's all relate with the public. Besides getting verbal feedback right now, I also had put my written evaluation form into the chat for anybody that would like to fill. It doesn't have to be just one person. Anybody can send it to me to the email in the chat. Thank you very much. And back to Toastmaster Bond Wang for furthering this meeting.
Wow. Thank you, Werner. I'm so glad to hear you have decided to rejoin the district leadership. Of course, you are always in, but especially to rejoin the PR engagement. As a active VP PR officer, I really a lot of experiences and efforts, and you have said I can relate. I'm so excited to see these ideas or these suggestions put into actions throughout the year, the next term. I'm so excited to see that. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Let's hear from audience, whether suggestion, feedback, and let me quickly maybe invite some members. Kama, what's your thought about Werner's speech?
Well, my thoughts, for one, I always love to hear Werner because he's always prepared, very clear, very thorough. I love the fact that you were able to break down your points, which I think is super important as a speaker, because what that does is it brings clarity. And I've been in the club with Werner before, and he's just continuing to grow with each speech. Each time he always speaks with confidence, and that's the only thing I have.
Great. Thank you, Kama. I agree with you. What a awesome clarity in Werner's speech. Very good outline and picture moving forward. Thank you. Let's hear from other members. Charles, do you have some thoughts?
Warner, it's always a pleasure to listen to your speeches and look forward to hearing what you're going to do as far as furthering that project to become what you're doing in public relations. I know that's been a strong point for you, and kind of echoing something that Kama said, that your speeches are always so well concentrated. Keep it up, please.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Charles. Anybody else with some feedback? Frankie, go ahead.
I'm excited that you're moving in that direction, Werner, and I hope I'm on your team. It was fun with the VPPR committee that we implemented, and though we didn't get the response we wanted, I'm hoping that we do better this time around. So you laid out some of the things that you want to do, and I'm excited to help you with that process.
Very welcome. Any help
Great.
you can give me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be asking you to be my mentor.
Well, I think I'm staying on as your newsletter editor, aren't I?
Oh, that would be absolutely wonderful. Yes.
That's what we talked about anyway.
Oh, by the way, I have an interview this afternoon with Tammy Lab.
Cool.
For that position.
Great. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you for this commitment. I want to see the writing the newsletter every week is a big chunk of this PR task, and you have been doing that for years. I barely or maybe never miss one single issue, which is awesome. It's just beyond awesome. Thank you so much.
That'll
So
free Werner to do the other tasks that I have not been as effective as. So
got you. Yeah, as the saying goes, this reminds me a quote just quickly. Which goes, the true leadership is not about advancing yourself, it's about advancing the team. It's so true. Here, all the speakers and feedback from the audience is all about teamwork, help each other, and move forward together. Thank you so much for doing that in the team. Okay, I think we will move on to next session, and whoever want to send more feedback, please reach out to Werner through chat box or email later on. And of course, the brainstorming will continue in this meeting or even beyond this meeting. And one of the way we brainstorm is through the table topics discussion. I would say it's kind of discussion. This is very special in our club because we encourage feedback, we encourage correspondence between the members. And today, leading this session, entrepreneur table topics is also our chat member, is very active. I would say is a pillar of this district PR team for many years, for a long time. Please help me welcome this morning table topics master, Frankie Jones.
thank you so much, Bond. As we talk about masterminds, number one, the power of collaboration. That's one of the key benefits. Masterminds are built on the principle of collaboration and collective wisdom. So how have you benefited from collaborating with others in your entrepreneurial journey? And what lessons have you learned about the power of synergy? Comma.
Thank you so much. One of the things that I absolutely love is masterminds. Just a few weeks ago, I ended a mastermind. I'm a John Maxwell's certified speaker, trainer, coach. And there's a mastermind that I do once or twice a year under his book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And it was through that mastermind that I was able to bring together some people in the community that we met every other week for 6 weeks. And it turned out very good because we all grew. And it was something that helped us all come together. And you talk about the synergy. Although I was a facilitator, I ended up being motivated to do one of the things that I've been afraid to do, which was get a personal trainer. I would say I want to lose weight, try to do it on my own, can't do it because I'm not trying hard enough because I love chicken strips and all things fried. So that just didn't work. And what I decided to do was get a personal trainer. And I've had a personal trainer for the last 3 months because of the motivation within the mastermind, encouraging other people to pursue what it is that they wanted in life, realizing that I have to practice what I preach. So if I'm going after, or we're learning about the 15 invaluable laws of growth, and they're growing, we should be growing together. So out of it, a few of the members, we encouraged and pushed them to pursue some of the passions that were deep down inside, and we've seen growth from one another. So the power of just masterminding, coming together and understanding that it's not about me, it's about we, is what helps build people from in their daily lives. Thank you.
Well said, well said. My second question, and you talked about it a little bit, accountability and growth. One of the key advantages of being part of the mastermind group is the accountability it provides. How has being accountable to your peers in a mastermind setting helped you stay focused or overcome challenges maybe, or achieve your goals? Susan.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, I'm driving. The question is, how do I overcome challenges?
Well, how has being accountable to your peers in a mastermind? I'm assuming you've done some masterminding, and if not, you're part of it here in Entrepreneurs. So how is that, how being accountable has helped you stay focused or overcome challenges or achieve your goals? You muted yourself. Are you there? She's driving, so let me pose that question to April.
Thank you very much for that question on how accountability and being a part of a mastermind has helped me to continue to grow. First, it has allowed me to see the importance of what it's like to truly be a part of a team.
I remained accountable to others. Sorry.
I posed the question to April, Susan, because I thought you were stuck in traffic or something.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, please go ahead, Susan.
I was already talking. I don't know if you got any of that.
You were muted the whole time.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay. So how do I remain accountable to others? Is that I feel like being accountable means someone can count on me, and the other person, and I can count on the other person. So in the mastermind, I bring to the table or to the mastermind what I've gained from my past experiences in terms of challenges and successes, and from my field that other people could actually apply to their own field and their situation. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Diverse perspectives. Masterminds bring together individuals from various backgrounds and industries and offer a wealth of diverse perspectives. Can you share an instance When a fresh perspective from a fellow mastermind member helped you see a problem or opportunity in a new light. Can you share an instance where a fresh perspective from a fellow mastermind member helped you see a problem or opportunity in a new light? You want to take that one on, April?
Absolutely. So an instance where a diverse perspective helped me, the first thing that came to mind was thinking about Mariatu. She shared how she overcame challenges within her business as a shop owner, a beauty shop owner who's looking to open up multiple locations. It really helped to open my eyes. Not only is she a beauty shop owner, but she's leveraging her skill set to have multiple locations. She's also an author. I remember the first time, probably in high school, hearing about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and learning about, do you own your job? Are you setting up business systems? So there were all of these different thoughts and considerations about why people go into the businesses that they do. Hearing Mariatu share about how, yes, she is a beautician. However, she has taken her trade and she's leveraged it. So not only is she one that does her job, but if she goes on vacation, she has other people working in her shop. She has had other business opportunities that she's created from her expertise. That for me was a diverse background and a way for me to think about how to not be boxed into a service-oriented business, which a lot of people find themselves boxed into. She found a way to leverage herself, to leverage her skill set, to work in her business while also being able to work on her business. And that for me was a great perspective to hear and opened up my eyes and my ears to think about how other businesses and other opportunities to do that myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Looks like I'm out of time. So I will return conduct to our Toastmaster, Bon Wang.
Thank you, Frankie. Wonderful questions, awesome answers from the audience as well. Thank you for this leading this session. And yes, I agree with you. We try to speed up these sessions moving forward. Let me invite our general evaluator this morning, and leading this session, we have Deborah Gillies. Please help me in welcoming Deborah.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day, Bon Wang. I must say, as general evaluator, as I'm taking notes and listening carefully to everything that happened throughout the meeting, we started on time. Frankie, I started at ARM, started the meeting at 7:01, giving everyone a time to sign on and be prompt as we began our meeting. Our president, she introduced our presiding officer, Dr. Valencia Jones, who then forth had a wonderful opening. She shared screens of all the meetings and everything that's going to be happening throughout the district, encouraging everyone. She did a PowerPoint presentation of all the areas so we can follow through as she was speaking on every avenue as what's going on today in the meeting and throughout the district. She introduced our Toastmaster of the Day, Bon Wang, with enthusiasm, as we always would in any Toastmaster meeting. Everyone was welcomed by Dr. Valencia as presiding officer here in this meeting. Everything and the guest was welcome as well, the online guests. I did see that we had a guest by the name of Lee. She's been here before, but was not able to stay on. And we also had James attending as well from before. Everyone was acknowledged. Information was put in the chat as to who they were. The meeting opened and everything was well organized. Our Toastmaster of the Day, Bon Wang, was thoroughly made changes and called upon those roles that were not filled. We always do that. We're an advanced club and we are prompt and we know what areas we need to fill, and he did that very well. Thank you, our Toastmaster, for that. Our Toastmaster was able to ask each and every one of us within the meeting to explain their roles of today, explain what roles they were presiding, and tell everyone that's on the meeting what to expect throughout the meeting. We had our timer, we had our speakers today. We had Melinda Bucano, who presented us with an amazing icebreaker speech. And the feedback that everyone was able to provide to her was awesome as well. Melinda provided us with an icebreaker speech. Within our pathways, we have icebreakers, but she took it to the top. She explained that a leader as well, she was a born leader, and she explaining her challenges. And because our theme today was challenge ahead, there was challenges in every avenue. Our second speaker, Bon Wang, he was able to, Werner Kantara, was able to present his challenges and also provide us with information as his leadership is advancing as well. The table topics master, Frankie. Thank you, Frankie, for all of your awesome questions, mind-provoking regarding mastermind this morning. Those that are in mastermind sessions, attending mastermind sessions, she was able to provide that information as well to us and ask the questions as we go forth. And now that is my evaluation for this meeting. Everything went well. I don't see that there could be improvements as we're starting on time, but everyone, and thank you. The agenda was provided to us. I did see the information on the district news and regarding that, but every role, because we're an advanced club, was filled accordingly, and that's what we do as an advanced club. That is my evaluation, and now I will call upon the rest of my team to provide the information for this meeting. We do have our timer. April Gillis, will you provide the timing for this morning?
Yes, I will. Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Timing this meeting is quite the challenge because you have to stay aware of the time, but everyone was so engaging from the top of our meeting with our educational moment, our presiding officer, our Toastmaster, just every part of our meeting has been quite engaging and wonderful to time. For our speaker number 1, for her icebreaker, she had 4 to 6 minutes available. She spoke for 6 minutes and 6 seconds. Her brainstorming feedback session was for 5 minutes and 59 seconds for a total of 12 minutes and 5 seconds, which falls within our time frame. So thank you so much. For our speaker number 2, his speech was from 5 to 7 minutes. He spoke for 5 minutes and 11 seconds, and his brainstorming session was 9 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm sorry, his brainstorming session was 4 minutes and 36 seconds for a total of 9 minutes and 47 seconds, which again falls within our total allotted time. For our table topics, our first table topic speaker was Kama Burton, who spoke about synergy and collaboration in her mastermind. She spoke for 1 minute and 26 seconds, which qualified. We had Susan Vanderberg, who spoke for longer than the time we officially had, but due to technical difficulties, we did have 33 seconds that we were able to hear her table topic for today. And for myself, I spoke on a diverse perspective that changed as a result of this club, and I spoke for 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Everyone qualified. And our general evaluator had 3 to 5 minutes, and she spoke for 4 minutes and 3 seconds. And that concludes our timers report. Thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, April, for that very detailed timing report. I neglected in my general evaluator to talk about our educational moment. Charles Radney, live every day like it's the best day of your life. You were very enthusiastic with your educational moments. We look forward to those moments, those educational, what you have to talk to us about in pursuing our leadership goals as entrepreneurs each and every other Wednesday of the day of the week. Thank you so much for that. You presented a question to April and you challenged her. You make us a challenge ourselves each and every time. And I want to thank you, Charles, for that. And now that concludes my evaluation portion. As general evaluator, I now turn control to our meeting, to our Toastmaster, Bon Wang.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's give Deborah a round of applause. And both Deborah and Madam Timer, April, thank you both for this meticulous report from individual respective session that you were taking care of. Thank you so much. With that said, I think right now we have been running a very successful meeting. We presented the challenges and presented feedback, suggestions, and also personal thoughts as well. As always, we are running very well for this meeting. To end my role, I want to point out that you see this year in the US is very meaningful in the way that it is the election year. But do you know that also our Madam President also mentions that in the beginning of the meeting, this month is the election month for Toastmasters across the world. This leadership is not only a title, club officer is not only a title, it also means a lot of engagement, commitment, for sure, a lot of works. I really encourage each and every one of you, take this challenge, embrace this challenge, take the leadership position to help the club grow. I really love this quote from Charles. I use that as my ending quote. Falling is part of growth. Thank you, everyone. And I return the meeting back to Madam President, Dr. V.
Thank you very much, Bon. I started this introduction off telling you how modest and humble he is, and it is so. I'm sure he was blushing on his way up to the virtual lectern. So let's just give Bon one more round of applause for the amazing job that he did in keeping us on time every second of the meeting through our entire meeting. Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters, entrepreneur Toastmasters, most of you have either received an email from me or a chat about elections, asking you if you were interested in an officer role this year. Officer roles begin with serving as the president. We also have the vice president of education, the vice president of membership, the VPPR, sergeant at arms, treasurer, and a secretary. I will send out an email that will describe each of these roles to you and encourage you to think about it. There will also be a time commitment next to the role, so you understand a little bit about the role and look at your time commitment. As entrepreneurs, we understand that it takes a lot of your valuable time to run your business. We understand the marketing that it takes place, in addition to you doing everything yourself and then expanding your business. It's just something for you to consider in whatever capacity you feel like you want to volunteer. We hope to get nominations so that we can have a slate. As I said, we do have some nominations. We have 6, but we're hoping to get more. So consider it, think about it, And if you're looking at who does what, we're going to briefly show you who is in what role today. So I'll start off with myself. I am the president of this amazing, illustrious club. I'm Dr. Valencia Jones. Although she's not here today, I would like to introduce to you our vice president of education. How many of you have gotten an email from Roz Carter? Our VPE is the one that coordinates our meetings, gets them all together, sends out the emails, and supports me. Everyone supports the president. So that is what the VPE does. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a chat about someone that wanted to volunteer for a role. Thank you very much. And it did, so that's what the VP does. And next we have I'm just trying to look, our VPPR. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yes. Hi, good morning. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm kidding. As VPPR, I enjoy this environment. From my perspective, what VPPR needs is just persistence. I don't see really a lot of technology going on. Now, a huge thanks to this internet, to the social media. I don't have to be engaged with a lot of interpersonal communication. I'm very weak at that part, but through social media, we are still able to broadcast our club's culture and our strengths. I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I would like to dive into this field even deeper. So I'm happy if I'm still able to take this role, but whoever has decided to move forward, definitely I will be very happy to work with him or her. That is my role as VPPR. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Bon Wang did receive a nomination for VPPR, just FYI. But that is what Bon has done. Someone noted earlier about Charles Radney and his educational moment. That is something that just came out of a visionary. Sometimes when you are the president, you have visions and there's things that you see, but you don't know if they'll quite work, and you share them with your team, other people on the team. And we shared it, we voted on it, and Charles graciously accepted it. And he was a part of the executive team, and it came out of him being a Toastmaster. He accepted it. Charles, please explain to us your current role in our executive team. In addition to the educational moment, please share with us your current role, sir.
My current role is treasurer. And given the fact that everybody can pay themselves, it's kind of a role that really doesn't have a lot of teeth to it at this point. But at this point, as treasurer, I will go out and remind people who have not paid and try to get people back on board.
Charles Radney's role is extremely important because he works and supports the VPM to remember who's paid and who is not paid. So it seems that because we self-pay, it may not be as important, but his role is very vital because he keeps up with the data and the statistics on that role. Next, we have our secretary, Madam April Gillis. April, would you like to share more about your role?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Madam President. This has been an honor to serve as a club secretary for the first time. As the club secretary, my role has been to keep the notes for our executive meetings, as well as keep track of important documentation for our club. This is a very dynamic club. We have a lot to say and a lot to document. So it has been quite the journey of learning and has helped to strengthen my ability to keep and understand the importance of maintaining, following through on club records And so I encourage anyone who is interested in the secretary role, whether you have experience or want experience, you have great support. I've had great support in this role and on this team. I know Frankie has been very great help. All of our leaders, Dr. V, with helping me set up structure and helping me to understand what to say, what to notate, what's important, and how to listen better. My brain tends to take in everything. And so, as the secretary, it has been a great role in understanding what are the decisions that are being made and what is it that we're carrying forward. That's extremely important in an organization to make sure that we know what are we making a decision on and how do we make that clear in our documentation to our leadership and to our wider body. So it has been a pleasure to serve as your secretary. Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome. And in our last role and in our last couple of minutes, we're Frankie Jones. Can you please share in your role as Sergeant at Arms?
Thank you, Madam President. My role is to keep us in order, to bring the meeting to assemble on time, and to keep the meeting moving forward if there are snags, which Dr. Valencia has been very helpful in pointing out to me, because my role I didn't think was very important, but it is. So being a sergeant at arms on a Zoom meeting is not as challenging as in person, because hybrid, you have to carry all the banners and all the supplies of a club. So being a sergeant at arms on a hybrid meeting also probably means you need to be connected with Zoom mastering in case it's needed. So that's basically my understanding of my role, Madam
Thank you
President.
so much. Perfect explanation. And then we have our VPM, who is not here today, but definitely our VPM is all about membership, increasing our membership, working together with the team to ensure that we're reaching out to our members. And with that in mind, our meeting, we did what we came to do. So let's make this a great day or not, a great 2 weeks or not. We'll see you at the mastermind. The choice is yours. See you later. Bye for now.
Bye.